So we will be fabricating a pediatric dorsal volar orthosis. So for the pattern, it depends on your patient. You can just eyeball it, or you can actually make the pattern on the patient, or you can measure. Today I just eyeballed it. So this is my patient's hand and arm. And then for the pattern, I just eyeballed it, and then this is what mine will look like. Once the material is ready, you can begin fabrication. We will be fabricating this orthosis in a sugar tong fashion. We are going to position the material on both the volar and dorsal aspects of the forearm and hand, and then tag the sides to ensure a nice snug fit. Depending on the patient, it might not always be the easiest thing to fabricate, so aesthetics are not our main goal. This population also doesn't typically get stiff, so positioning is not a main goal, but it can be if necessary. In general, we are going for just a natural resting position of the wrist and hand. The main purpose of this orthosis is to protect the involved structures. You can do different variations of this orthosis. You can include just the digits or go further up the arm if necessary. Once the material has cooled, you can mark it for trimming. We are going to trim both sides where the material was tagged and leave the sides open. This is to allow for fluctuations in size, such as for dressing changes, and also for ease of donning and doffing the orthosis. Here is the orthosis after trimming. Both sides are open, the corners were rounded, and the edges were smoothed with the heat gun. We will be using Coban to maintain the orthosis in place, so no adhesive Velcro was applied. Here is the final product of the pediatric dorsal volar orthosis. When donning the orthosis, you want to try to get the hand back into the same resting position as it was during fabrication. As stated, we will be using Coban to maintain this in place. We will wrap it circumferentially, starting at the distal end and moving proximally. Coban typically works better than Velcro strapping for this orthosis because the patient is unable to find the ends of the Coban to remove it. You just want to make sure to educate the patient's caregivers on proper use of the Coban to ensure it is not too tight. When wrapping, you can wrap as far down as you need to. I suggest wrapping it a little bit off of the orthosis onto the forearm to help hold it on better, but you can do less or more depending on what is needed.